Hi guys, today we are here with the Homestec S7 smartband fitness tracker. As you can see, it's a lot like their F1, except it has a more elegant look to it. It seems to have a metal frame, unlike the plastic frame around the F1 that I had reviewed. It's also got the button, the capacitive button that the F1 has, and the charging dock that the F1 has. You know, the one that clips on and the little pins go into these three little holes right here. It's got the heart rate sensor, but it does have a different band. And this band is more for adults compared to the F1. The F1, I would say, is more for children because the band is so small that it was hard to even get around my wrist, which, while is not, tiny, it's definitely not as big as possible. This one is definitely a go for adults and possibly children, but with this possibly being a metal frame, I don't think I would want to give this to a child, especially for the price. But how we turn this on is we hold down the capacitive button, much like the F1, and inside you'll see the clock, which is not possible to change from the 24-hour format because the app does not allow it. I wish there was a way to, but there isn't. Now we go on and we see our steps. I have not really used this because it's not for me. It's for someone else. My mother for Mother's Day. Here's the running portion. Here's the calories burned portion. If it'll focus. Focus right here. There we go. Here's the heart rate, beats per second, oxygen level, EKG, sleep monitor, and this I found out was a stopwatch, not the alarm function. The alarm function you can still set through the app and it will show up, but this is the stopwatch function. And to make the stopwatch function work, you have to hold down the capacitive button like you would to turn it down. But you have to be on that stopwatch. Otherwise, it'll just go and turn off the watch. So, in the stopwatch function, remember to hold down when you're on that little clock if you want to use it. Another good thing about this is this does certain app notifications such as SMS, calls, Line, Weibo, I have no idea what that is. It's a Chinese app. And then it also does WeChat, Twitter, and if I didn't say it, WhatsApp. While that is a good thing, don't get me wrong, I do wish this had more functions in that territory, such as being able to actually call someone or answer the notification, so to speak, or reply to a text. And I wish it wasn't limited to only those apps. I wish it was every app that you had possible. But other than that, it's a really good watch. It's a lot like the F1, but it's the more elegant version, I would say. And it's also more rounded off. Another thing about this is when I had the F1, the heart rate was a little high. I have a high heart rate already as is, I won't lie about that. But the heart rate was a little high, even for me. So I wouldn't fully trust this, or the F1 for that matter. But if, for instance, you go to the doctor and get like paperwork and it's in your range and it stays that way, then maybe I had a defective unit or the unit I had wasn't close enough to my skin. Otherwise, this is a pretty good watch. I do like their watches, and the price, though, it's a little high. You're paying around 30 to 50 bucks, depending on where you get them. And for the specs and stuff, I personally, I wouldn't buy this. I mean, if someone gave it to me, great. But personally, I would not buy this just for the price. Because there are other smartwatches that do more than this in a cheaper format, like $10 to $20. In fact, the one that I got that's coming, it does a little more than this, and I'll do a review on that. But let's look at the packaging of this, which I think was really good. This is a little certification thing. I guess that means you got a legit watch from Homestec. This is what your charger comes in, which is the same exact charger that the F1 has. If you're interested in seeing what that is, go look at the F1 review on my channel. That watch, it was around the same price. I mean, it was maybe $10 cheaper. It's more worth it. But for the metal frame, you might as well get the metal frame one for that price, to be honest. This is the user manual. As you can see, there's a Chinese side. And don't be fooled by the front. It is in Chinese. You have to open it up and go to the back, because that is where the English portion of this is. But my other gripe with this is the manual itself doesn't really tell you much. I mean, let's look at this for a second. You see this right here? The manual doesn't tell you that is a turn on and turn off button for your watch. It doesn't tell you that. I had to find out by holding it down. Also, it doesn't tell you the last function is a stopwatch. I also had to find out by holding it down. And I wasn't sure if you could, open up the message on your phone from here by holding down the button when a message came in. So I attempted that, and no, you can't. It's just there to read, and you can only read about 1 to 2 words of each message. So really, all that button does is cycle through, turn it on and off, and start the stopwatch. But the manual does not tell you that. So if you get the S7 and the F1, keep that in mind. You're getting something that doesn't tell you everything that you have to do. That doesn't make it a horrible product nonetheless. But if I were to get something like this, I would want to know every feature it had via the manual. I wouldn't want to be sitting here going, okay, how do I operate it? And this is the top of the box, since I did not show you that. This, honestly, it's a great watch. It's a great watch to give as a gift to somebody who is in the fitness, or someone who doesn't want all their notifications but wants to get enough information to go through the day and maybe some fitness stuff. But this is not for your average person, and I don't think they mean it to be. I think they mean this to be for the fitness and the people who don't have time to look at every single notification that they get on a daily basis. So I would say this is a good watch for people who work a lot and don't want to get bothered by notifications or looked at weird for having something like an Apple Watch, or possibly even getting fired because they have something like an Apple Watch causing them to be distracted at work. So yeah, I mean, it's a decent product. I like it. And if you want to buy it, it's in the description along with my GoFundMe. I really need help with this channel. I managed to get my hands on a tripod that works with my phone pretty well right now, but I don't have anything to make these videos better than what they are. So with your help, I would be gladly appreciative towards any help I get. I mean, sending in stuff to review, sending me emails for review inquiries. My email is also down there in the description. So yeah, please, if any help could be done, I do ask that you help me make this channel better. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe.